Do you have divine love with your partner? If you clicked on this video, you want to connect with your partner on a higher level, to have a spiritual connection that goes far beyond the romance, the chemistry, the communication, up to the highest level of aligning on your most highest path, your ultimate purpose. You're now seeing your relationship as a divine assignment to serve each other and to reach your full potential and purpose. In order to do that, we need to reflect on ourselves first to see, are we aware of our divine path and what that match would look like? Now, maybe you're single and you're looking for your divine partner and to have that divine love with. Or maybe you're already married and you're looking to rekindle or strengthen or take your relationship to the higher level. In this video, we're going to do two things. The first is scan your own energy so that you know where you are right now. Are you at a point where you can handle divine love? Are you trained for divine love? Do you have the skills that you need to reach that highest level of divine love? And the second thing is I'm going to equip you with the skills, 3 skills needed in order to really strengthen that relationship. So we'll start with the first. Where is this energy coming from? Whenever we talk about high-end divinity and our higher self and our ultimate purpose, we're talking about our crown chakra. So throughout the body, we have 7 energy centers. And when it comes to a relationship, you're matching your energy to the energy of another partner. Now, it does not mean they have to be identical. That just means that you're going to be fusing with that person. So the questions that you ask yourself when you're dating or when you're connecting with another person is, do I feel safe? So the root chakra, do I feel safe with this person? The sacral is, do I feel sexually attracted, that chemistry with the person? The solar plexus is, do I trust this person? Do I respect this person? The heart chakra asks, do I love this person? Do I have compassion for them? The throat chakra is, can I communicate with this person? The third eye is, do I see this person clearly? And the crown chakra, which is what we're going to be focusing on today, is this person aligned with my higher path? Now, this is a question that do people even consider? A lot of times when we're dating or when we're working on our marriage, we're very focused on the lower ones, and maybe the communication, that's always a big one too. But taking it to the highest level of, are our paths aligned? And is there a divine love? Like, I was assigned to this person, not just looking at the relationship as, yes, this is my spouse, but this is the person that has been divinely assigned to me to serve, to nurture, and to help promote, right? And likewise them for you. So let's start with an energy scan of just the crown chakra to see where your crown energy is. How can you connect on the crown to crown level if you're unaware of how your crown is? So take a moment, take a deep breath, and let's just settle into your own energy. If you'd like, you can close your eyes or just soften your gaze and just take this moment to have true reflection, to ask yourself some questions, to not judge the response or the answer, but just to gain an awareness of where you currently are. Now, your energy, your crown energy, just like the others, can be a little underactive, a little overactive, or can be in balance. So let's talk about the first one as you scan through your own energy to check to see if you are underactive. If you are underactive in your relationship, you are relying on personal effort versus trust in God. So the visualization technique that I have for you is to imagine that your crown is closed. It's closed off. There's no light shining above. You're not looking up to God for any answers, revelations, or insight. It's all coming from within, your personal effort. So you're not wearing a crown at all, or it's just very flat and closed off. So what are the signs that your crown is closed? Well, the first is you're going to force relationships to work. So this could either be by chasing or by settling. If you're chasing, that person is pulling away from you. There's distance that's created and you are continuing to pursue, even though the alignment is off, even though it's like our destinies aren't aligned. You are clinging to this person. Or you're settling. They're not running away, but you know in your truest heart of hearts that your paths will eventually lead you to different places. But you're settling for the here and now and the temporary satisfaction instead of looking at the higher level manifestation that could happen in your relationship. The second is, that shows you that you have a closed crown, is that you need certainty in this relationship. You're searching for labels and timelines and over planning because you're using all your personal effort, your personal knowledge, your personal awareness, instead of trusting in God for the fact that He's going to be directing your path. You're trying to direct the path. And last sign that you have a closed crown chakra in your relationship is that you have difficulty accepting endings. And however that ending may have happened, right? But the relationship is over. You're going to view it as a punishment instead of a redirection. You're going to take it personally and not think that this is God's divine purpose. Okay? So those are the signs of underactive. Let's move on to overactive. Now, the visualization that I want you to use for an overactive crown is, you know those like foam fingers that you wear at like football games and stuff? I want you to imagine this big foam crown. So it's cartoonish, it's comical, it's not true divinity, it's just this crown that you have on that really represents spiritual bypassing. So this overactive crown, everything is spiritual, is avoiding accountability. And this is very common, avoiding accountability versus true wisdom. So this is when everything seems spiritual. When you're telling yourself in your you're having relationship issues and you're like, it's karma, it's God's plan, this is just divine testing, and you're over spiritualizing. The second sign is that you're waiting for divine intervention, right? So your crown is too active. You're like, okay, my relationship needs work. I need God to send a lightning bolt as a sign, right? Instead of just taking practical action, like maybe you need to set some boundaries. That's some real life practical work you can do. Maybe you need to go to therapy. Maybe you need to work on your communication. And instead of taking on that practical action for yourself, you are waiting for divine intervention. Lord, give me a sign, right? And so you want to be able to find balance between having it totally closed off and versus thinking everything is super spiritual, and find that happy medium, that balance. And the number one sign that your crown chakra is balanced is you have a deep respect for free will. This is the most godly thing that we can embody in this human experience. God has the power, authority, and every right to dominate us, to take over at any time, to make decisions for us, and yet He chooses not to. God gave us free will from the very beginning. And yet we struggle to practice this in our relationships. So the healthiest thing we can do with a balanced crown is to understand that you have no ownership over any person. You have no ownership over the level of commitment within the relationship, over the outcomes of the relationship. And whether you've been married 25, 30 years, that person is choosing of their own free will to be with you, to help you, to serve you, and you are choosing of your own free will to be and help and serve that person. So the goal here is to have that balanced crown chakra. Now, I'm interested to know where you landed. Please add in the comments now if you were underactive, overactive, or balanced in your crown chakra. Now that we know where you are, right, where your energy is, it's so much easier to find divine love and to find that connection, right? So there are 3 skills that you're going to need in order to have that truly soulmate level divine love and connection with your partner. The first skill is to learn how to serve and enjoy your partner versus being clingy. So some relationships, this comes with a level of understanding that some relationships are meant to be your teacher. Some are meant to be your healer. Some are meant to be your mirror. And whatever lesson you get out of this, you want to be able to graduate, right? You want to graduate from this relationship. And how do you graduate? By gaining the skills that you were supposed to learn from that relationship, right? And some of these relationships might be seasonal. They're there just for a season. Some are lifelong, some are eternal, right? And learning that the free will from a balanced crown chakra is, I am going to experience and enjoy this relationship for however long it lasts, for whatever lessons I need to get. Now, let's say that it is a lifelong relationship, right? You're married till death do you part. That is actually amazing if you think about it. That means that this person was meant to be in your life to teach you an unlimited amount of skills, right? I think about the skills that I've developed in my relationship with my husband and how that has transferred and helped me in all the other relationships in my life, right? And so appreciating and enjoying and serving my husband to be like, this is a lifelong relationship that I am going to glean as much information about myself and about him and learning how can I serve him better. That is crown energy. That is crown to crown divine love. Where is your mission in life and where is mine? And what are we supposed to do together? What are we meant to do together? Why is our love here, right? Why are we connected? Well, there's a purpose and there's a shared purpose. And how can we help each other develop that shared purpose? So, analyzing what kind of relationship it is, allowing it to have free will, serve it, enjoy it, do not cling to it, okay? Release the titles. The second skill that you'll need to have that divine love is to straighten your own crown, right? So often in relationships, we take our crown off and we only let our partner wear the crown. They don't want that as much as it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them as much as it doesn't serve you. Or we tilt our crown, or we bow, or we let it shrink. Having a straight crown in alignment, the way that we do that is by seeking straight up to God. When we look for God's approval, when we look for God's validation, when we ask God, what is our mission in this world? When we ask God, do you approve of this? That's the only answer that we need. That's going to have us have a straight crown. Do you know what tilts your crown? When you start looking at other people for approval, for validation, for permission. Now, this is something that I was very guilty of in my relationship. I would seek permission from my husband And you know what, to be honest, I was even doing it with my mom, with my sisters. Usually, however you're behaving in multiple relationships, right? But I was seeking permission, and I had it under the guise of, well, I respect you and I'm getting your approval, right? Or I want to see your insight of it, or I'm just running it by you. But what happens is when you approach someone with a tilted crown, when your crown is out of alignment, and you're seeking permission and approval and asking for other people, what it does is it puts you in the subordinate position, and it puts the other person in the position of authority. They might not even have been wanting to respond that way, but energies react to energies, right? And so let's say I approach my husband with this seeking permission. My crown is tilted. Now his crown is now, okay, well then I must be the authority. And what does that do? That makes him, or whoever it is, say, okay, explain it to me then. What is your position? Prove it to me. What is it that you want? I have the right to veto it. I have the right to question it, because this person now is in the position of authority. And honestly, that's what the authority is supposed to do, right? They're supposed to, give you the feedback, even the feedback that you may not have been looking for. So maybe you were not truly seeking permission, but that's how you approached it. You may have known what you wanted, but you approached it in a seeking permission way, put them in authority, right? And maybe they vetoed you. Maybe they said no. Maybe they talked you out of it. And now you're left feeling controlled. You're left feeling not supported, like they're crushing your dreams. But really, you started it. If you're being very honest with yourself, you initiated this interaction to be this way. Now, how do you resolve this? Straighten your crown. Permission comes from above. Direction comes from above. Decide within yourself first that, okay, this is what I'm hearing from God. I've decided to align with it. This is what I want. This is the action I want to take. This is the next step in my life and my journey. Now you approach your spouse. Now you approach your partner crown to crown. Hallelujah. Now you approach them crown to crown. You're not tilted. You're saying, hey, partner, this is what I want. This is the next step in my life. Now the partner responds not as an authoritarian, but as your partner, and saying, okay, how can I help you get there? How can I serve you in this time of need that you have, or in this new transition, or this next step? That is divine love. Having your partner tell you what their next mission is in life, and you being there to support them. And what's interesting is the way that God works, he will often align your missions to complement each other. Your mission, maybe you have a mission at this time, and this person, their mission is either complete or not there yet. They're available for you. God could have divinely timed that so that they're available for your support. Or maybe they got a similar divine, like, this is perfect. We're both doing this at the same time. Maybe you're both working on health. Like, I got a message, I need to work on my health. I got a message, I need to work on my health. Let's work on our health together. And now your diet's the same, you're working out the same, or complementary shifts or whatever. Crown to crown energy is servitude, which brings me to the third skill. Once you, number one, serve and enjoy the relationship for what it is, not clingy. 2, straighten your own crown, get your directives from God from straight above and not seeking permission for others. 3, now it's so much easier to match crown to crown. This is your energy system. Your partner also has the same energy system, and it's about combining them, complementing them, fusing them so that the two become one. So if you're in the dating phase of your life and you don't have your partner yet, don't forget to ask yourself, not just, am I attracted to this person? Not just, do I respect this person? Can I talk to this person? But ask yourself the question that's so forgotten. Is this aligned with my highest purpose? Does this person complement my highest path? And when you're matching crown to crown, you are looking to see, are they headed in the same direction as me? Are they plugged in to know what their higher path is? And servitude, servitude, servitude. Your partner is here to serve you, and you are here to serve your partner. How can I help you achieve your life mission? That is divine love. That is divine love. So, as I conclude, I would like to remind you the key to this lesson is, and every lesson is that this is just one aspect of your crown chakra. Yeah, it may have exposed, wow, I'm underactive or overactive, but that doesn't mean that this is the only area that you're under or overactive in. What it's really showing you is, I probably have an underactive crown in a lot of areas of my life, right? And so if you are interested in doing the healing work, the inner work, then please go deeper. I have journals, and a journal specifically on healing your crown chakra. It's called Throne of Wisdom, the Crown Chakra Journal, Spiritual Growth and Leadership. I encourage you to do the higher work, the inner work, and subscribe. Share this with someone who's looking for divine love or who would like to deepen their existing relationship. Like, comment. I'd love to get your feedback on where you are as part of my research. I love you. God bless, and namaste.